Yo, what's going on, everybody? So today it's gonna be like super crazy, super hectic. I honestly need to drink more energy drinks to like keep up with everything. I have a video shoot today for my new single, Sharp Knife. I'm gonna be giving you guys like behind the scenes kind of look at it today as like we go through the process of like recording the vocals and shooting the music video for it, so you guys can like see it first. But aside from that, shout out real quick to the Mindset Studio for letting me use their studio for all this. So big shout out to them. Moving forward, a good topic today that I kind of want to talk about is that my homegirl hit me up. Shout out to Rose. She asked me like what got me into electronic music and like what other genres inspire my sound. And I feel like that's really cool to talk about because a lot of people don't really talk about like what inspires them. Like, yeah, they'll like shout out artists and be like, oh, this artist is super cool, or like blah blah blah, this and that. But for me personally, like what got me into electronic music, my first rave at 16 in Seattle. And it was like a hardcore underground drum and bass rave. And when I heard it, I was like, dude, like, what is this shit? Like, this shit's completely bonkers. Nothing I ever heard before. Like, the sound design, like, instantly intrigued me. Like, it was freaking nutty. And the fact that, like, I grew up playing drums in different bands and, like, vocals and stuff. And once I heard, like, the drum percussion, like, the patterns, it like instantly brought me in. And that's what my like biggest passion for drum and bass has been. And that's why it like always made sense to me, because I'm like, yo, like, these patterns are fucking nuts, and it just has so much higher energy. But growing up, I was like into a lot of hip-hop and stuff, and like I was into like metal bands and like alternative and oh shit, the Don's in the house. Yo, shout out. Yo, Don, come say what's up.
What's up?
cut. I don't know if you...
Okay. What up, world? You know what I'm saying? The Don in the building, Tater and Dundada. You can look me up everywhere, Spotify, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, you know, Pandora.
Yo, my boy just came in super clutch. I'm definitely going to need this. But, yeah, so, like, when I was growing up, I was, like, influenced by a lot of hip-hop, too. So that's why, like, trap, for me, is super inspirational. Like, Troy Boy kind of stuff, or, you know, like, Hoochie back in the day. And you can see a lot of that style in my own music, like, from the trap breakdowns and percussion patterns. But then, like, I'll have really heavy, like, sound design that is influenced from my metal side. So, and you can really hear that and perceive it in my music as well, too. And a lot of people, like, tell me that, like, dude, I can tell your inspirations. And I think that's super critical and super valuable for being an artist nowadays, because you have to have your own sound. So once you have a sound that curates to your brand and people can put a name to it, I always use the name, like, Buku has a distinct sound. Whenever you hear a new track from him, you can be like, oh yeah, that's Buku. So it's really important to, like, have your own flavor, and then also amplify whatever inspires you. So if there's genres, if you're, like, into hip-hop, or you're into jazz, or you're into techno, whatever it is, like, just incorporate it into your music and make it as apparent as possible. Because one, that'll like set you into a genre bracket, and that's good for people to like identify your music as. And for two, like, you should just flex whatever inspires you anyways. Like, that's why I love going to these shows and watching like my favorite artists play live, because I assume they're going to play music that inspires them. So whenever I see an artist that I really like and they play like a bunch of crazy shit in their set or in their playlist, then I can like reflect and be like, yo, like, this makes so much sense, because I can hear everything they played in their set inspire their music. And for me, that's just super cool, you know? Like, I don't know, just amplify whatever inspires you. But for me, yeah, like I said, like, just metal, drum and bass, and like hip hop and trap, that was a big one for me, because growing up, you know, anywhere from 12 to now, like, I was always balancing between metal and hip hop. And so like with electronic music, I find it really easy to infuse those two and just make it super aggressive and just like really groovy as I can. But yeah, so that's just kind of like a little bit for right now. And I'm gonna start recording these vocals. I'll get you guys some shots of that, and then we'll move on to the video shoot, and then we'll kind of just pick it up from there. So yeah, keep it locked, stay tuned, blah blah blah. Shout out again to Mindset Studios again for letting me use their studio. If y'all are ever in Vegas, need a studio, we got tons of engineers, including myself, so you guys can like come to the studio anytime. We'll lay it down, be creative, all that shit. Thanks for tuning in, kicking it, move forward. check that shit out. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's red eyeshadow. Yeah, doing my makeup. Gay! Yeah, for y'all that don't know, back in the day, I used to wear, I actually used to be a rapper, and I sucked. Back when I used to rap and shit, I used to wear this red all the time. And since I'm rapping on this shit, I figured it's only right to do some red again. Just for like old time's sake, mix it up a little bit. So I used to wear this shit like every show. Every fucking show. Yeah. Ah! Boy!
Hey, oh shit, what's going on there? Good. Well, this one's it.
Alright, so we just got done with the video shoot. Went pretty well. It's pretty sick. And now there's like a random pop-up rave in the desert tonight, and homeboys wanted me to come through and play, so about to head that way now, and we'll see if we can get some footage. But dude, the music video shoot was super sick.
Super sick.
Like I think it's gonna turn out and look like really dope. So yeah, I can't wait to show you guys that. But yeah, time to move on to the next part. Damn, holy shit. What a day, what a night. Oh, man. Anyway, so to kind of wrap everything up, I just kind of want to talk about it's good to indulge in whatever inspires you. And like for me tonight, like it was super fun to like put on makeup and shit again and just do what I think is fun when creating or being creative or whatever it is. Like just have fun and just do what inspires you, and then don't think anything else about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't worry about what other people think or what they say or what their, perspective is on whatever you're doing. Just be raw, be authentic, and just keep it real. Some of you guys might know, but like a few years back, probably like 5, 6, 7, 8 years back, I used to rap like a lot. And whenever I used to rap, I used to like wear this red eyeshadow stuff because like my motto is like I dress how I feel, and like back then like I always felt like I was like dying on the inside. I mean, I still do, but not to like that extent. And the reason why I decided to wear like eyeshadow and bring like that old school vibe of me back was because like I ended up rapping on this track, and it kind of just reminded me of my older days, and like my older side just kind of like breached out when I was writing this track, and I was like, man, this is so raw, and like that side of me just came out again. So I felt it was really appropriate to like indulge in that old like sense and like part of me. And so like, yeah, I just brought it out and just dressed up, whatever, and then just had hella fun with it. What really inspires me, and like even just like with getting into EDM, like what really got me into EDM is the community back then. Like back when it wasn't filled with a bunch of bros and like it was like underground stuff, finding all these different subgenres and then like digging deeper and deeper and deeper was like so cool, and just finding new kind of stuff. And that's what I like to do with my music too. Like I don't really like to stick to a genre, I just express myself. And I feel like that's super unique, especially if you guys do that too. If your art, like, it's super unique. People love that stuff. They love when they can't really like categorize what the fuck they're listening to. And that's what makes it like hybrid and whatnot. Whenever I got into EDM, I just kept digging deeper and deeper and deeper too, and that's when I found all these really cool subgenres. And like I'm really open-minded when it comes to music, and I feel like you should be. Like you shouldn't really like turn much away aside from like country music. Be open-minded to like what you're hearing, and like just kind of like listen to it. Just listen to it with an open mind. And same with like creating, like doing video or photography. Like if you're working with somebody, like be open to their idea. Don't just shut it down real quick, because whenever you shut something down, you're immediately blocking your sense of like flow and energy and like creativity. Like you can't just turn something off immediately, or else like it's not going to be fun when you start creating, especially when you're collaborating with other people. Like if they pitch you an idea and you don't really like it, like dude, still work with it, try it out. You might end up liking it, or do a knockoff or a spin-off on it, and it might turn out super cool. Yeah, that's kind of like what just inspires me and like what kind of got me into it. Let me know what got you guys into electronic music, or what got you guys into like whatever else you're really into, alternative, like reggae, jazz, like whatever you fuck with. Like let me know, because music is huge, man. Music is so therapeutic, and we all vibe with it and listen to it and indulge in it in different ways. So yeah, let me know what got you guys into it. Like was it seeing like a really big DJ for the first time and you being like, yo, like that's what I want to do? Or did you find like a melodic song that kind of like helped you through a bad time? Like who knows? Let me know. Drop it down in the comments, and thanks for kicking it with me on this time around. More coming soon, and if you guys need more tutorials, let your boy know what to do them on. And yeah, thank you for kicking it, and it's been good. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace, yo.